What if I told you that you could save hundreds of dollars a month without a crazy, complicated budget? Seriously, it's totally possible, and it all comes down to plugging these silent leaks in your finances. I'm going to show you how to find them and how to fix them in just 1 week. So let's get right into it. Okay, does this sound familiar? You've got a good job, you're making decent money, but when you get to the end of the month, you're just kind of scratching your head, wondering where it all went. You feel like you should be getting ahead, but somehow you're just treading water. And it's so easy to blame the big stuff, right? Like your rent or your mortgage. But you know what? For most of us, that's not actually the real problem. And nope, it's probably not your salary either. The issue isn't always about earning more money, it's about actually holding on to the money you already make. The real problem is way more subtle, kind of hiding in plain sight. The real issue? It's these small, almost invisible expenses that just drain your bank account, drip by drip by drip. We call them silent money leaks, and today we are going to find them and shut them off for good. So what do these leaks actually look like? Well, to really get why they're so damaging, let's think about it with a simple analogy. Picture this. You fill up your water bottle in the morning, but it's got this tiny little pin-sized hole in it. You don't really notice it, there's no big splash, no drama, but all day long, water is just slowly, quietly seeping out. And by the evening, when you're actually thirsty and you go to take a big drink, the bottle is half empty. That is exactly how money leaks work with your bank account. So a small leak here. That's ordering food delivery because you're just too tired to cook. We've all been there. A small leak there. That's the streaming service you signed up for with a free trial and totally forgot to cancel. And another one, that random thing you bought online late at night because you were stressed out. None of them feel like a big deal at the moment, but when you add them all up, they are literally, quietly stealing your financial future. Now, hold on. Before you start feeling all guilty and down on yourself about these leaks, let's get one thing straight. This is not about being bad with money. This is about being human. There's actually a really deep psychological reason we all do this. The author Morgan Housel just nails it with this quote. We don't leak money because we're bad at math. We leak money because we're emotional creatures. He reminds us that our financial choices are driven by our feelings, not by spreadsheets. You know, we spend when we're stressed, when we're bored, or when we feel like we deserve a little treat. It's not a failure of logic, it's just how our brains are wired. And that's why this is so crucial. Trying to just motivate yourself to stop is a losing game. You just can't out-discipline your own human nature 24/7. So the real solution is to change your environment. The fix isn't more willpower. The fix is adding a little bit of friction to make spending just a tiny bit harder. This idea ties in perfectly with a principle from, Warren Buffett, who's obsessed with avoiding what he calls unnecessary mistakes. Buffett's genius isn't just about picking the winners, it's about consistently avoiding these small, dumb errors. And money leaks? They are the textbook example. They don't actually improve your life long term, but they quietly compound against you. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why, but what's the actual financial damage we're talking about here? Let's look at some super simple math to see the really shocking cost of these little drips over time. All right, let's break this down. In a totally normal leak life, maybe you're spending $45 on subscriptions you barely use, $200 on food delivery, and another $80 on just random impulse buys. That's $325 a month that just kind of disappears. But now, look at the plugged leaks column. You don't have to cut everything to zero. Just cancel a couple subscriptions, cut the delivery habit in half, and be a little more mindful of those impulse buys. All of a sudden, bam, you've saved $180 a month. And this is where it gets absolutely wild. If you take that $180 you're now saving every month and you invest it, let's say with a pretty reasonable 8% return, in 25 years, that little change turns into over $160,000. That's not from a raise. It's not from some crazy side hustle. It's just from leaking less. Time is an incredible multiplier. So, how do you actually do this? Like right now? Well, here it is, your 7-day challenge to find and plug your leaks. It's simple, it's actionable, and you can literally start today. Let's walk through it. Day 1, the subscription sweep. Your mission is super simple. Just list out all your subscriptions and cancel one. Just one. That's an instant win. Day 2, the delivery rule. Hey, we're not banning it, we're just controlling it. Pick one and only one day this week for delivery. Day 3 is all about adding that friction we talked about. Go in your phone, go into your apps, and remove your saved credit cards. I know it's a little annoying, but that's the whole point. And day 4, the 24-hour rule. For any non-essential purchase over $30, you have to wait a full day before you're allowed to buy it. Okay, now for the back half of the week. Day 5 is about knowing yourself. What's your spending trigger? Is it stress? Boredom? Figure it out and then pick a simple replacement, like just taking a quick walk around the block. Day 6 is so important. It's cash out day. You're going to physically move every single dollar you've saved this week into a separate savings or investment account. This makes your win feel real and it protects it from being spent. And finally, on day 7, you lock in the habit. Set a simple weekly budget for all those extras. Here's a really powerful tool to take with you long after this week is over. It's called the if-then rule. You just create a simple plan for your triggers. For instance, if I feel the urge to buy something random online, then I will add it to a later list and I'll wait 24 hours. You will be shocked at how many of those must-have items you completely forget about by the next day. Now, as you go through this 7-day challenge, you might run into a few common traps. It's totally normal. So let's just quickly go over them so you can sidestep them and really make these new habits stick for good. First up is the perfection trap, trying to cut everything all at once. Please don't do that. The fix is simple. Just plug one new leak per week. Slow and steady wins this race. The second trap is being way too strict, which just leads to you rebounding and overspending later. The fix: plan one controlled, guilt-free treat for yourself each week. And the third trap is leaving all that money you saved in your main checking account where it's just begging to be spent. The fix is easy. Move it out every single week. Protect your win. So there you have it. You don't need some perfect color-coded budget. You just need to control the delivery apps, add a little bit of friction, use that 24-hour rule, and cancel one subscription. You have the entire plan. The only question left is, are you ready to start your 7-day challenge?